Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear and can you see me? All right. We got some people showing up. I'm going to be spending most of my time probably wearing these things. And what's this all about? Well, you've probably seen already a ton of videos about the Apple Vision Pro, but you might have not seen it firsthand, like live. You might get dizzy. I don't know. We'll see. So the idea today is that I will be over here in the corner, and this will be filled with the Apple Vision Pro and what I'm seeing. And I want to set up a situation that I've been trying out. Look, I don't know how useful this is going to be for everybody, but maybe it's going to be useful for some of you, where the limitation of the Apple Vision Pro to show only one screen can potentially be bypassed. Let's see. Where's my mouse? Here it is. All right. All right. Hello, hello, everybody. Joseph. Hello, world. Wait, we got two Josephs. Josephs are very talkative in the chat. Hello, hello, both of you. All right. OG Debus. Amin. Hello. Mahipal. This is not going to be a very long session, just a little bit. I just want to demonstrate what I've discovered and get to your questions. Hello, Sharon. Sharon, are you still on the, you got the M1 MacBook Air, right? Are you still on that? At least I'm assuming that's what you have. Hello, Laurent, Timmy, Sharif. Lorfi said, Lorfi, are you going to get the M3 MacBook Air? I probably will get it in here to try it out, but I gotta sell some of my MacBook Airs from before also, because I'm getting too many of them and I need to get rid of them. There's just too many in here. Hello from New Zealand, Darren. Nice to meet you. Okay, Sharon, you got the Mac Mini. Nice. So I'm wondering how this, I don't have a Mac Mini in here right now, but this would probably be a good use case, the Apple Vision Pro for a Mac Mini. I'm going to do a quick test to make sure you all can see the screen here. All right. Let's see. Whoa. A little bit dizzy. You know, when you go to the Apple store and you try this thing on, they actually, they make you sit down. They don't let you stand up. I mean, they probably would let you stand up, but initially you have to be sitting down. Some people might find it a little bit distracting, might fall down. They don't want the liability. Okay, I need to stream this thing. I mean, mirror it to over here. Okay, I'm warning you right now. This might get a little dizzying, because I'm going to be moving my head. I have not come up with a contraption that holds my head in place. So I'm going to be needing to look here and there. I'm going to try to minimize it, but it's not going to be so easy. All right. You've been warned. And there I am in the corner. Let's put me in this corner. I'm going to confuse the crap out of myself, actually, I think. Is what is going to happen here. All right. Let's see. Ooh, Hakan Bjork. Cool name. I like Bjork. Can you read that? Can anybody read your own chat? Because that is It's not super clear to me because what I'm doing is I'm looking through the Vision Pro at a real monitor. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So there's been a couple of questions already from my previous video about the Vision Pro. And we're gonna kick things off there, and then I'm gonna show you my trick that I've just recently discovered. One thing that people have been asking is, well, how big can you get the screen? Because that's important. Right now it looks pretty terrible. I'm going to connect to it by doing this kind of thing right here. And now it should disconnect these two screens. Here we go. I'm hoping you can still see that because I don't know what you see anymore. And I've lost everything. Now I don't even know if I'm streaming or not. Ah, there we go. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm the one that's going to get confused. Just want to make sure the health of the stream is still okay. We can see the window. Okay, good. So we're going to keep it here for a bit. So what I demonstrated last time is that we can change resolutions by going to display settings. And here is the default, and I think that looks pretty good. Now I can move this closer to myself, like this. It doesn't let me get any closer than this. Like I'm trying to pull it closer to me. This is as close as I can get it. And this looks like a big monitor, maybe a 27-inch monitor right in front of me. Now when I push this back, the size relative to my field of view doesn't really change, but it looks like it's getting further away and getting larger. So really, it's not any bigger. It just seems like it's bigger, but it's not. So the relative size is about the same. See, I'm gonna move it closer to me again. There's my fingers. So we're about the same size here. It just looks like it's further away. And now I can see some of the things on my desk kind of shining through there. If it's closer to me, then it's going to obscure everything that's on my desk that's supposedly behind it in space. Now, if I change the resolution, show all resolutions, let's go to 5K. It's a much bigger screen. There's a lot more space. And I can move it closer to me, yes, to see more things. I can even pull the corner and make it bigger. All right, so now it's really huge. This is as big as it's gonna get. The problem with this is, yes, of course, now I can see things better. I can see the resolutions, but now I need to move my head from here to there to there. I don't want to be sitting so close to a 55-inch screen. And that's what it kind of looks like. Maybe 55 inches if it was a physical screen in front of me. It's too close. It's too close. It's like sitting in the front row of a movie theater. I'm not really fond of that. So when it's this close, yes, I can see the individual windows, but then I'd need to kind of reposition myself. I'm over here, so I can read your chat. I can go over here, so I can read my files. And this could be good for certain people. I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm just saying this is not for me. Now, let's move this back as far back as I can, which is right there. Now I'm like, it looks like I'm sitting in front of a huge movie theater size screen. Again, it's still the same size relative to my field of view, but it just looks huge because it's further back. This may be a little bit better. I don't know why, but this may be a bit better. Hold on a second. If I move this all the way next to me, I feel like I gotta move my head a lot more. Let's go all the way back there. I don't think I'm moving my head more. It just feels like a lot easier now when the screen is further away from me. It's a weird thing. I don't like this though. I gotta admit, this is too. It's just it's too much, or not enough. I don't know how to put it, but I like the default resolution a lot more. It's a lot clearer this way. Now this is also enlarged as much as possible on the default resolution now. Not bad, actually. Usually I use it like this, and here like this, usually. And by usually I mean for the last few days or so. I've had this for about a week now. Actually, I've had this for over a week, like a week and a half now. Now, you can also make it really tiny. Look how cute that little monitor is. Look at that. That's so cute. Can't see anything. Why would they allow you to make it so tiny but limit how far away you can move it or how close you can move it? I don't know. Ask Apple. All right. Let's get to some of the questions here. Can I do this? No, I can't. Not on this screen. You can actually scroll, but only if it's like only if it's a native window. All right, sorry if I'm not gonna get to everybody's questions here. Okay, yeah. So some people have been asking what happens if you pull the bottom right or the left. You can do either side, I think. Yeah, either side will work. Either bottom corner will let you resize the window. Andrew is in Vision Pro as we speak. Andrew, are you watching this in your Vision Pro? Well, yeah, I guess you are. That's what you mean. This is so odd. What an odd experience. Just like I'm in a virtual world looking at a virtual screen of a real chat, seeing my stream over here. Anyway, this is going to get confusing. All right, so what else is here? Wolfgang says curved screen if it's so big. I don't think you can curve the screen. Yeah, I don't think you can do that. Now, Facebook's Meta's thing automatically curves the screens. They do have the screen share. Their screens are curved. Maybe it's going to be an option later on for Apple. And I agree that if it is that large, it would probably be better if it's curved. Okay. Is it comfortable to read / work on? No. Let's get that out of the way, okay? I have this thing so I can test it out, try it out. I may do a project on it. I don't know yet. Is it comfortable? Absolutely not. I would not want to spend more than an hour in this thing tops. So that answers that. Now, how would people develop for it? How would I use this if I were to do a project in this and develop for it? I would actually develop using the simulator. I would do everything in Xcode, use the simulator, and only maybe a couple times a day pop this thing on to try it out, to test things, to make sure everything is looking on the up and up. But I would not sit in this thing and develop. So, yeah, it's... I don't know the long-term effects of sitting in front of these things and having these things in front of my eyes either. But even if the long-term effects were okay, it's still not comfortable right now. Like, they hurt my eyes, seriously. When I take this thing off, I feel like joy and relief. All right. Oh, ST. Hey, by the way, I was the guy who DM'd you on Twitter about the YouTube link algo thing. You were right. I think you were right. I deleted that message and I reposted it without the link. And I think that Twitter or X, whatever, they do punish you for putting links in there. Thanks for that tip. That was great. All right, here we go. So, any other questions about the screen size? There's some people messaging here that this is not a political channel or political type of stream, so let's not do that. All right. Especially if you're going to be spamming the comments. Any other? Okay, Damir says, do you have astigmatism? Yes, I do. I'm not sure how that relates to like how I'm seeing things or how that's going to affect how you will see things through here. But I do have astigmatism and I'm seeing okay through this. It's fine. Dmitry says, what about entertainment? So entertainment is good. I watched a movie on this thing. I shouldn't say I watched the movie. I watched half a movie because that's all I could handle before I got a headache. But it's beautiful. Like you can sit in a virtual movie theater and put this thing as a giant, cinema display far away from you virtually, and it looks amazing. I watched the latest Indiana Jones movie that way. William Shepard, welcome. I've seen your reviews on this thing. Very realistic. I like them. Thank you for posting those up. Anybody that's on here that's not subscribed to William Shepard, check out his reviews as well. You'll see his avatar is a yellow dude right here. He says the simulator isn't a good option. You don't get world tracking. So yeah, you're going to need, of course you don't get any of the sensors. You can simulate those sensors, but it's not real time. It's not as direct. He's going to return his in a few hours. Any questions for William in the chat before he goes and returns his Vision Pro? Go. Alejandro says, the motion blur moving the head? Yes, there is. Now, I'm sitting here in a very bright room, so I have apologies for this in advance right now. I'm going to move my head back and forth, and there is motion blur, but it's not as bad as when the lights are dim. When it's dark in here, which is the way I like to sit in the room when I'm coding, and it's really bad. Okay. I don't feel like you need the vision prescription glasses, or you don't feel like you need them. How tired gets the eyes? Yeah, I couldn't stand sitting here for more than 3-4 hours with these things. I tried that once, and that was not good. So yeah, the eyes get tired, but I think it's dependent on the people. Like each person is going to have an individual experience. I naturally have kind of dry eyes, so for me, it was really not good. All right. Instacane says, great content. I think I'll wait until Apple releases a lighter headset. I look forward to that as well. Don't know how long it's going to be. It might be a few years. But I also think that what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to start returning these things. And if you're trying to pick one up, you might want to keep an eye on the refurbished store. There might be some of these coming up in the refurbished store soon. All right, you know what? Let's do the thing that I was talking about. And the thing that I was talking about is trying to set this up so I have multiple displays while I'm in a coding environment. Now, by coding environment, I don't mean Xcode or another IDE. I mean VS Code. And the reason it's VS Code specifically is because VS Code has something called Live Share. So let's pop that open. And what I'm going to do is create a React project, a Vite project. Oops. I've done this to try it out, and it seems to have worked. Let's see if I can reproduce it. So npm create a Vite project here. Sure. This is gonna get really annoying to you, me looking at my keyboard all the time, and I apologize for that. All right. Because I look at my keyboard, you know, it's this is embarrassing. I'm a keyboard looker. I'm also a mouse user, you know? What can I tell you? I'm not the best. npm run dev. All right, here we go. So I've got this thing running now. It's just hello world. You know what? I need to pop this open in VS Code. Let's make this a little bigger so y'all can see it. You know, I'm gonna make this a little smaller so that I'm not moving my head too much. Yeah, I think this will do it. So normally I wouldn't do it this small, but I want to make it smaller so that I'm not moving my head as much. That might help out. So let's say I have my VS Code window here. Make it even bigger. Let's do that. npm run dev. Pop that open. There's my little demo, right? This is my hello world. So let's say I want to change some text here, like this text down here. Click on the Vite and React logos to learn more. I'm gonna pop open that file, app.tsx. And let's say I want to change this. Hello YouTube. Save that, and it refreshes. It says hello YouTube right there. Okay, so yeah, how would I do it so that I don't have to keep looking back here, and I want to use the space I have. I want to be able to have my code over here, this over here, or vice versa, whatever, and be able to code here and have the changes update here. I can put my windows side by side, but then there's multiple ways of doing it, right? One way is I'll just pop my windows side by side like this. Okay, so yeah, that's one way to do it. Make changes here. Hello YouTube 2. That updates. Cool. And yeah, I could make this bigger. I could make the resolution bigger so that I have more space. But what if I want more monitors? Well, let's do that. This is a live share extension. If you go to extensions in VS Code, you can install live share. There it is. It gives you this little thing. And I'm going to share a session. So now I have a new session. So I'm going to go to my Vision Pro, and I'm going to open up Safari, and I think you know where this is going. I'm going to paste and go to that URL. And there it is. Look at that. There's my code. And I can probably open a few of these. Well, we're going to try that. So here it says Alex Ziskind joined the collaboration session. So I'm going to close these little alerts. Let's see what happens if I change any code. So now this is a virtual window, which means I can go here and I can scroll. It's not very exact, so sometimes I mess it. I can go to the line I want, but I can still use my MacBook keyboard to type in there, which is actually, that's really good. So I'm going to change this code to what? Why is it not letting me type? Hello? I don't know. Hey, these things happen. If I change the code here, it updates here, it updates there. That's good. But I want to change the code here. And I don't want to use the virtual keyboard. That's weird. Okay. We've got a glitch, folks. A glitch. Oh, now it works. Okay. Hello, YouTube. So when I'm actually editing the code, you can see that it's being edited in both editors at the same time. Right? But it's not updating here until you save it. So let's do hi there. And now Command S doesn't work in, oh, it does now. Okay, weird. There's some glitches to work out, okay? It didn't work for me earlier. Now it works. Great. Look at that. It says hi there now. I hope the stream is still working, because I don't have any feedback. Let's change that to, oh, now the keyboard doesn't work anymore. So yeah, I don't know how usable this is. I just wanted to share. You could code in here in the real VS Code and have some files open over there. So if you want to have multiple files open at the same time, you can do that. Let's say I want for reference my CSS file open. While I'm in the app.tsx file here. Let's try another tab. Before I do that, let me just check the chat here to see what you guys are saying. What's the max refresh rate? I thought it was 60. Let's check. It doesn't say. But William Shepard says it's 100. Not sure how you found that, but you must have done some research to find that out. William's got all the data. That's great. Thank you for that. Nice. Okay. Move the mouse. Move the mouse to Vision Pro. Yeah, okay, that's a good question, Damir. So the mouse does not work on Vision Pro. I'm going to show you. There's my mouse. You can see it here. This is my mirrored screen. And when I go here, nope, can't go to my Vision Pro screen, but the trackpad can. So there's my trackpad, and I can go to the Vision Pro using the trackpad. It must be some kind of Magic Apple only stuff. So yeah. I could not, however, connect my separate trackpad. I know other people have, but I could not. So, not sure what that was all about. Couldn't do it. Alright, let's try another window here. I'm gonna let's copy that URL. Let's pop open another window over here. Paste and go. No, this is gonna be terrible. Let's put it up here. No, let's put it here. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed this, William, but if there's a really tiny tiny button you gotta press, sometimes I can't get it, and sometimes it doesn't detect my pupil on that tiny button. I'm trying to close this thing. Whatever. That's really frustrating. Like, I found some really frustrating things about this thing. All right. it's not doing it. I think it's due to the angle of where my face is. Maybe I can do it down here. Let's try it. Nope. Not doing it. I'm trying to press that little X right there, so I'm going to just do it with my hand. That's an alternative. Outline. Hey, where's my... Did this not open my project? That's weird. Where's my code? Okay, it's loading the project. Good. Sign in. Is it not going to share the same cookies from this other Safari session? Really? No. Okay, what is it doing? Yeah. You know, one of the reasons I wanted to do this live is because you'll get to see all the frustrations that I've been dealing with. One can make a really nice, smooth video about this, but it's not really like that when you're using it. It's frustrating. No. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Okay. Where's my... All right. This is not working. This is really odd. Now I do have my credentials saved here, so not sure why it's giving me a hard time here. Okay, I think you get the idea. I don't want to keep this really boring, but you get the idea. All right. Hey, thank you, William. That's really appreciated. Thank you very much. Any other questions, folks? Because I wanted to show you that as one of the possible solutions, because a lot of people have been asking, well, how do I have multiple code windows open, or a code window that's separate from my preview window? This is just one way to do it. It's not ideal. No, it's not like having two monitors. Far from it. But if you're out and about, imagine I'm not sitting in my office at my desk where I already have my MacBook Pro display. I have two 27-inch displays here. I'm sitting at a coffee shop, and I've got this up, and I've got this up. In a pinch, that could work. By the way, I took this to a coffee shop a couple of times. I took it to a restaurant, and I took it to Starbucks. And nobody gave a crap. Like, nobody. Sure, people looked at me once in a while, just like, oh, okay, that guy's sitting there with his thing. But what I expected people to be curious about it and come up to me and ask me something, nobody. I mean, yeah, people go in and out of there. They're busy. They're doing stuff. They got to get to work. But nobody even wanted to know. All right, Alejandro says, to work, mouse and keyboard are the best inventions of the century. Yes, I use a mouse. Hands are the worst for UI, not designed for them like cell phones. You know, there is a little device that just recently came out for the iPhone. It hooks onto the iPhone and it gives you real buttons. I forgot what it's called, but I really want to get my hands on that. I've been struggling for the last 15 years, however long the iPhone's been out. I was not the first generation adopter of the iPhone. I think my first one was a 3GS. But when I started using that, I really immediately missed real buttons, and I still miss real buttons. Sharon B says, have you also recorded live and that always causes problems? I've recorded the screen before. I haven't had any problems with that, except for if I'm doing a recording and I take my headset off, it just says, I think I'll just delete your recording. So that's a pain. Another really painful thing that I've tried to do is share this thing with my 5-year-old so he can see the dinosaurs. The most frustrating thing you can do with the Vision Pro is actually sharing it with somebody. Once you know how to do it, it might be easier because you need to go into guest mode. You need to select the permissions for which apps they're allowed to use. You need to put it on their head, and they need to go through the entire eye adjusting process, hand tracking process, going through the setup of the hands is just so frustrating. And you know, you got to teach a 5-year-old how to do all that stuff. So an adult might be able to grab it right away, but a 5-year-old, you got to teach him. So very frustrating. In the end, my kid got to see it, but only through a mirrored experience. Oh, Sharon brings up a good point. I haven't tried that yet. Going into settings and changing the resolution. Let's do that. So let's go here. Settings. Oh, you want to see my persona? Hey! How weird is that? It's weird. All right. Enough of that. Display? Text size. Okay. So this adjusts just the UI text size. But I think there was another setting. Ah, this one. Appearance, window zoom. Small. Large. Oh, extra large. Look at that. That's interesting. Let's go to small. Okay, so I'm on small now. By the way, can this do two-handed? Oh, look at that. I can move things with two hands at the same time. Whoa. And it remembers which hand is dragging which window and doesn't get confused. That's kind of cool. I'm sorry about this. I know you're probably disgusted with my experiments by now, or getting dizzy. There's another setting here for two-handed zoom. Let's try that. Two-handed zoom. Okay, pinch to zoom. If you need to zoom in real quick, you can do that. Doesn't seem to work on this one. Why? Because they probably disabled zoom here. That's fine. So about these sizes, window zoom. Now it's on small. Let's put this over here. Put that one over here. No, put that one over here. There's a chat. So small, I can barely see it. Let's go to extra large. There's extra large. I can see that better now. Holy cow. Okay. So yeah, there's some more options for the display sizing that we didn't get into. Thanks, Sharon. I forgot about this one. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. This is huge. So there's the resolution that you can set on your Mac. There's the window sizing that you can set. There's the distance, the virtual distance that the screen is close to you or far away from you. And then there's this setting, which is window zoom. Large, medium, small, or extra large. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, William says 100 on lack of physical buttons on the device. I kind of wished it had more physical buttons. In fact, I always like physical buttons way more than virtual buttons. Look at this thing. I like this right here. This is my favorite. This is not virtual. See, it's almost 4 o'clock. I want to be respectful of everybody's time. If there's nothing else to talk about or answer any other questions, then we're gonna cut this off. Any other questions, folks? You might be wondering if I'm keeping this thing or returning it. My plan right now is to return it. I just cannot justify that kind of money. I can't do it. I don't know, like, even if I know there might be a project coming down the line, I can't justify this kind of price. Not for something that I'll pick up once in a while. It's very cool. It's like the coolest thing that I have as far as technology goes. Amazing. But I can't justify it. Like, I don't think this is gonna make me more productive. That's the thing. Like, if I thought that this would make me more productive, then yeah, if this is going to justify my work. But I don't think it will. So the question is, by the architect, for real dev work, would you prefer real screens than this? Yeah, I would. I would. But there's a different use case for that, right? Here, I gotta sit on my desk and be stuck at my desk. So if I'm doing that, and if I'm stuck at my desk, then real screens for sure. One thing I wish I would have planned a little better is bought this thing when I have a flight coming up so that I can test this on an airplane. But I don't have a flight coming up this month, so might have to try this another time. Hey Bruno, welcome. Yeah, I recognize you. I thought you were from Brazil though. Welcome to the chat. All right, everybody, check out William Shepard's channel. He's been posting a lot more videos than I have about the Vision Pro. So no pressure there, William. I know you're gonna return this in a few minutes, so you might want to hold on to it, make some more videos. All right, folks, I'm gonna end it here. Hopefully this was helpful to you. If not, just to leave some of your curiosities about this crazy device and the crazy new era that we're about to embark on. Thanks, folks, for watching. Do I have red marks on my face? I probably do. All right. We'll talk soon. See you later. Bye.